What is up, traders? Welcome to the official Trade Talk channel, where I show you how I analyze price for the most consistent and higher probable entries to help you become a better trader. In this video, we're discussing Bitcoin's breakout. We're going to talk about where it found support, and we're going to discuss targets that we are potentially looking for next week. So make sure you stick around. First things first, let's get rid of all the lines so we can start fresh. We're going to take this trend line from the all-time high that was put in on November the 10th, and we're going to bring it down to this swing high right here on December the 27th. You can see that you got another tag there on January the 20th, and this is off log scale. If you put it on log scale, you can see that the trend line is completely different. However, even though that it is different, you can see that Bitcoin still got a daily close above it. So that means to me that Bitcoin is showing extraordinary strength coming off of a support zone. But let's just finish talking about this and then we'll go discuss that support zone. So you could see that Bitcoin traded up into this on February the 1st, and then on February the 2nd, seen bearish continuation to the downside. You can see that you closed below this daily support zone here, and it was an absolute perfect opportunity to get long in hindsight. So if I bring this level over here, you can see that you closed at daily support. So we should not have been looking for short side entries because it closed at support, but we did get a bullish day here, and we were looking for this day to trade up into potential resistance and roll over and head down to this daily support down here. But that is not what we got. What we got instead was a short squeeze. Now, the reason that this short squeeze was so big and so vicious is because of NFP. You can see here on the non-farm payroll numbers, we were forecasted to see 150,000. We actually got 467,000, and then the revised print was 510,000 jobs. That is a big beat for the dollar. So we were looking for dollar strength, and that dollar strength should have made Bitcoin weaker. So going over here to the dollar, you can see that you got a big strong candle at the NFP print. That's what this hourly bearish candle came from, was that bullish candle on the DXY. However, Bitcoin traded right down into hourly support here with this touch right there, boom, flawless touch of hourly support, and then we traded higher. So what we were looking for the short side to continue was a test of the hourly Heath level and then roll over. Typically in a short side entry like that, we do not want to see an hourly close above the Heath level, as that can indicate that the trade might not be going to work. And you can see that we did get that hourly close above, so that essentially scrapped out the trade. Also, this level, not only is it hourly support, if I bring this over here like so, and you look at the time down there on the bottom, it says 1900 hours. That is the open of this daily range. So Bitcoin traded down on the NFP print to show that there was potential weakness, but you were strong on the day when this occurred. You were already in a bullish day, so that was another tick kind of against the short side entry, test of the open and hourly support, and then boom, there's your close above. So that did scratch out any trades that we were looking for the downside. And then once you got above this swing high right here, the short squeeze was on, and boom, what a squeeze it was. We're going to remove all of the drawings, and we're going to go over to the daily time frame. All right, so here on the daily time frame, you can see that you traded well above daily supply. In fact, daily supply did not even slow this thing down. Once you got over this high right here, it was on like Donkey Kong. You can see also that this swing high, which was where all the stops were, is roughly around the midpoint of this bullish candle. So that signifies a legit breakout. You have a legit breakout on the hourly, and you have a legit breakout on the daily. Okay, legit breakout on the daily above the daily downtrend. Now, before you get too bullish on this asset, please understand that you have not taken out this swing high. This is the swing high that you need to take out before you can say that Bitcoin's trend has legit changed. You can say that it has broken out above the daily downtrend, because it has, but only the downtrend line. You did take out this swing, but this swing is the swing you need to take out before you have a legit trend change. All right, and we will be looking for that in the next few weeks to come. All right, so let's go into the weekly. All right, here we are on the weekly time frame. You can see that this is weekly support, and you can see also this is where we tagged weekly support. This was the weekly support that I discussed on Twitter. So if you're not following me over there, in the description, we'll show you how to find me on Twitter. And we discussed this as soon as we traded down into it. I basically said Bitcoin is into weekly support. So let's see if this level holds. We're going to go over to the hourly time frame real fast so I can show you just how brilliantly this weekly support level held intraday. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful support test and hold, and then man, what a move you got from that weekly support test. And NFP was used to be the fuel that fired Bitcoin on up into breakout of that descending trend line. Back over to the weekly time frame we go. All right, so moving on. Here we are looking for, right now Bitcoin is trading into old weekly support that is at $41,876.52. You can see that is currently what is kind of making Bitcoin slow down just a little bit, but we will be looking for this to be closed above tomorrow, $41,876.52. Tomorrow is the weekly close, so I want to see this weekly candle close above that old support level or that old support that is acting currently as resistance. We definitely want to see Bitcoin get a close above that, and then we could potentially watch that level for bullish entries moving on into next week. Next week's bullish target is going to be this old support zone at $46,687. So essentially what I want to see is a close above weekly resistance, a test of it, and then a bounce up into the next bullish zone, which would be the next bullish target, and that is at $46,687, and that will be my bullish target for next week. There is a possibility that we trade sideways next week, and then the following week maybe get that bullish expansion, but typically in my experience, when you have big breakouts like this, you would typically trade sideways for a couple days, maybe 3, and then get that bullish pop to the upside. I will show you what I'm talking about in this example here. So over here, you can see that when we broke out of another daily descending trend line here, this was a legit breakout as well. Once we got up into here, you can see that the next day was a very small bearish range, and then a couple days later, you finally broke out. So this is what we're kind of looking for. Some people call this a bull flag. I don't care what you call it. The implication behind the move is that people are buying it up aggressively because it's the first time they've seen a bullish signal in all the bearishness. Going back over to near-term price action, you can see that that's exactly what we got. Another bullish signal is this daily candle. Look at the size of this bullish daily candle in comparison to all your other bullish candles in all your other down moves. You see these pops in price they got sold into. You can see that they are not even anywhere close to the size of this bullish candle. And yes, the size does matter when it comes to candlesticks and potential continuation, that is. All right, so yeah, since you put in the all-time high here and started moving lower, you can see that this bullish candle engulfs or dwarfs, so to speak, any other bullish candle in this entire sequence of price action. So that is another bullish signal. We have a few of them bullish signals right now, and it's about time because we've been looking for a bullish signal since Bitcoin put in the downtrend. Now, since you are still below this swing high right here, you could potentially see that act as resistance moving on into next week, but I do expect Bitcoin will be testing it hopefully by next week. All right, let me see here. And finally, one last thing, you can see here that you have broken out above the 50 on the RSI. That's the first time you've gotten back above the 50 on the RSI since December the 27th. You can see that you are well above that. So that's a fantastic momentous move. Pull back into that would be good. We'll see if that happens. Also, your exponential moving average, the 21 EMA price has broken back above that. And finally, if you want to look for a support zone and you don't trust my candles, you can always look for the 50% retracement of the breakout candle to be tested. That will come in above your daily res, so that could be a potential spot to look for bullish entries as well. I do not believe you come all the way down here though. I believe this breakout is legit, so I am looking for a very shallow test for support and then a push higher, looking for an expansion to be similar in size to this candle here. So hopefully this helps. This is your old weekly support zone. That is where we're looking for potential targets. So that's a pretty nice range expansion. Be a perfect measured move as well if it were to get up there. So make sure you guys pay attention to your risk level. If you are looking for bullish entries, please only look for them at supports. All right, so here is hourly support. Currently, at the time of making this video, we have a near-term intraday support on the hourly closing basis at $41,298. If I go over here to the 2-hour time frame, you can see that that is also support on the 2-hour as well. 4-hour support is higher. You can see that 4-hour support is there. However, if you do try to take an entry there, your stop would have to be pretty wide. Your profit target can only be the daily high. I am looking for continuation higher, but that's your target, to take profits and then move your stop to break even in order to get all of your risk off the table. We don't want to have any risk on the table. That's the best place to be in when we do take these bullish entries, or bearish entries for that matter. So also a next level of intraday support could be $40,647.07. So what we could potentially see for the next day or two is Bitcoin respect this range. So from this close, which is going to be 2-hour resistance at $41,614, we could see price range inside of this zone, something like this, for a couple days before you finally get the bounce and break out, looking for that continuation on up into our weekly target. That's what we're kind of looking for moving on into next week. Please make sure you guys trade safe, make sure you trade smart, and as always, happy trading, everybody.